Hi everyone, welcome to the session on the Vogel's approximation method, or else also known as the penalty method, which is used to get an initial feasible solution for the transportation problem. So we have seen the other methods like the northwest corner method, matrix minima method, or the row minima method. So this is also one of the method to get the similar solution to the transportation problem. We'll take the same example we have seen in the previous tutorials on transportation problem. So we have the four origins and their supplies. Also we have the four destination to where the commodities or the goods have to be sent, and we have their respective demands and the cost associated between these origins and the destinations have been given in the inside matrix. And we are looking into a balanced problem where the total number of supply equals the total number of demand. Now, the Vogel's approximation method or the penalty method works with the help of what we called as the penalty. Now, given a problem, first for each row and column, you people should first calculate the penalty. That is, uh, consider this first row for origin O1. Among all these costs to the in that respective row, select the least two values, that is out of 19, 30, 50 and 10. The least two values are 19 and 10, and find out the difference between these two. That is, the 19 minus 10 will be 9. Write it in the cell pertaining to the penalty, and this penalty should be a positive value. That is, don't calculate 10 minus 19 and write it as minus 9. Always write it in as a positive value. So for the first row, the penalty is 9. Similarly, for the second row, the least two values are here 30 and 40, and the penalty becomes 10. For the next row, the least two values are 8 and 20, and the penalty is 12. Similarly, also calculate the penalty for each column one, that is for all the four destinations. So if I take this first column and if I try to calculate the penalty, so in the first column for this destination, if I consider these values 19, 70 and 40, the least two values are 19 and 40, and the penalty becomes 21. Write it for that column. Similarly, for the second column, the penalty is 22. The next column, the penalty is 10. And for the last column, that is for the last destination, the penalty is 10. So, write down the penalties for each row and for each column. In other words, for each origin and also for each destination. Once you have the penalty, the next step is to select the maximum penalty. That is, you should consider the penalty over the rows and also over the columns. So the penalties I have here are 9, 10, 12, here 21, 22, 10 and 10. So among all these, the maximum penalty is 22. So select this maximum penalty. Now this penalty represents the penalty that will be incurred for transporting a good from a origin to a destination if I do not select that respective origin and destination. So if I have a highest penalty, it means if I don't select that route, the possibility of minimizing my transportation cost will be gone. That is, uh, I'll have to pay more cost for transporting the commodity. Therefore, select this maximum penalty. Now we have selected this maximum penalty, that is 22, and for that penalty, uh, for that uh, respective column or row. For example, if I select the penalty 22 here, check out the values in that respective column. So in this respective column, the values are the cost values 30, 30 and 30. So among these, next select the cost which is least, that is 8. Out of 30, 30 and 8, the least cost is 8. Select this. Don't consider the demand values and the supply values. Don't consider the row and column marked in green color here. Only consider the cost. So we'll repeat this. Once you people have the penalty, next thing is out of the penalty values, out of all this penalty value, select a penalty that has the maximum value. In that corresponding row or column to that maximum value, whatever values you have, in that select the least cost. So I should select max penalty and least cost. Remember this, the keywords are max penalty and least cost. Now I have obtained a cell. For this cell, next see the supply and uh, demand, and you can allocate the supply to that demand. So this was the cell selected. So this is the cell selected now based on the penalty. Next, the supply is 18 and the demand is 8. So out of 18 units I have at the origin supply, I should allocate 8 units for the destination allocated. So from 18 I can allocate 8. So allocate that value 8 units. Now the demand becomes 8 minus 8, 0, and the supply becomes 18 minus 8, that is 10. So the remaining supply is 10. So these are the three steps you people need to follow for each iteration. That is, the first step, I should calculate the penalties. Calculate penalty. Next one, select max penalty and minimum cost. Next step, allocate the supply to demand. So keep on continuing these three steps. Now, once this is done, the demand has become 0. Therefore, I can delete the respective cells in that column. To keep it simple, we will delete the entire column itself. So remove this column. If demand becomes 0, remove the entire column. If the supply becomes 0, remove the entire row. Now the demand has become 0, I will remove this column. This is done. After this, again, next step, these penalty, follow the three steps from the beginning. So the next step would be to update these penalties. So next step, update the penalties. So the first one will be 9 will remain as such. Next one here. So the 40 and 60. So this penalty will become 20. Next one, this 40 and this 20, if the difference is 20, penalty will be updated to 20. Then column wise, if I take this 19 and 40, so the penalty will become 21. Similarly, the penalty for this column is 10 and penalty for this column is 10. Once I have the penalty, the next step is to select the maximum penalty. So the maximum penalty would be 21. So in this, for this penalty, in that respective column, select the least cost. So the least cost is 19. So now I have selected a cell inside this matrix. So the next step would be, so I have supply 7. I need to satisfy 5 units of demand, which I can do. Allocate that supply. So I will allocate 5 units. Supply becomes 7 minus 5 equal to 2, and the demand will become 0. Once the demand becomes 0, I can remove this column. No need for this column. I will remove this, and this column goes off. And one more thing, as and when you people allocate the supply here, update the total cost then and there itself. You can also calculate the cost at the end. To make it simple, whenever you people update the supply and demand here, you can keep on adding it to the cost. So the first step we had allocated 8 units here. Therefore, the cost was 8 into 8. So the next iteration we have allocated 5 units, and the cost is 19 into 5. So the total cost has become 8 into 8 plus 19 into 5. Now, since the demand has become 0, we will remove this column. This goes off. Now, again, perform the 3 steps. Calculate penalty, select a cell, and allocate the supply and demand. The next step will be to recalculate the penalty. From the remaining cells here, recalculate the penalty. So the penalties get updated. So 50, so the first row 50 and 10, penalty becomes 40. Next row, difference between 40 and 60, penalty becomes 20, and 70 and 30, penalty becomes 50. Similarly, column wise, for this column the penalty is 10, and for this column penalty is 10. Once I have the penalty, select the maximum one. Maximum one is here 50. So calculate the maximum penalty. So select this maximum penalty, and now we, for this maximum penalty, in that respective row, now I need to check for the row, not the column. For that respective row, select the least cost, 70 and 20. The least cost is 20. Therefore, this cell becomes selected. Now here, out of 10, I need to allocate 14 units, which is not possible. I can only allocate 14 units. So 10 is the supply, 14 is the demand. I will allocate 10. So 14 minus 10 becomes the remaining demand required is 4, and the supply becomes 0. Since the supply has become 0, no need for this row now. I can remove this row, remove that row. Next, again continue this. I have 4 cells remaining. Recalculate penalty, update the penalties. So these two will remain same, and again this penalty will become 10, and this will be 50. Now select the maximum penalty and its minimum cost. So this is the cell selected. I have supply 2 and demand is 4. So out of 2 I can give only 2, allocate it. So the supply becomes 0, remaining demand becomes 2, and I have updated this, and also update the total cost here. Now since the supply becomes 0, I can remove this row. No need for this, I'll remove this. Last 2 cells remaining. So penalty for this row is 20, and for these 2 columns penalty are 10 and 50. Again, select the maximum penalty, that is, you people need to maximum penalty is 50 here. Wait, just a second. Sorry. Observe this. Here, 2 cells are remaining. From the previous step, the penalties were 20, 10, 50. Now 2 cells are remaining, and I need to update the penalty. For this row O2, 40 minus 60, penalty will become 20. But no need to calculate the penalty for the columns, because if I check for the column, I I have only one cell in each column. In this column for D3, there's only one value 40, so I cannot calculate the difference. No need to calculate. For this destination D4 also, there's only one cell 60. Therefore, I cannot calculate the difference. Therefore, don't calculate the penalty. Only for this row O2, 40 minus 60. Calculate the difference, and the penalty becomes 20. And the maximum penalty is only 1 here, that is 20. Therefore, select this maximum penalty. Inside that, minimum cost would be 40. Now from 9 I should allocate 7. You can allocate that, and this becomes 0 demand. So you can remove this column, and the supply remaining is 2. So if I remove this, last one, only one cell is remaining. So So no need to calculate the penalty for this column, or else no need to calculate, and no need to calculate the penalty for that row. Then I have supply 2 and demand is 2. From 2 I can allocate it. So this is the final allocation. Now the demand has become 0. So the total cost you can update it. So this is how the Vogel's approximation method or the penalty method works. To keep it simple, you people need to remember 3 steps, major 3 steps. The first step is to calculate the penalty. So given a problem at any iteration, considering the remaining cells inside, calculate the penalty. Difference between two least value for that row and for that column becomes penalty. So the first step, calculate penalty. Second step, select the maximum penalty, and for that maximum penalty corresponding row or column, select the least cost. Once you have selected the least cost, that is a cell, the third step would be to allocate. So from the supply, allocate the demand and update the cost. Then you can delete the respective column or else respective row, and keep on repeating these 3 steps till all the cells have been processed and you have satisfied all the demands. That is, at the last only one cell will be remaining, and you people need to allocate the supply, and the demand becomes 0. So this is about the penalty method.